win. He said that. In order to do that, he gave his nonpartisan computer scientists a mission. Their job was to gather data they had access to thanks to a Pentagon contract in order to connect Donald Trump to Putin. Now, we know all this thanks to a new court filing from special counsel John Durham, who spent the last few years investigating the origins of the Russia hoax and is finally producing some material. In the words of Durham's filing, quote, Jaffe tasked those researchers to mine internet data to establish an inference and a narrative tying then-candidate Trump to Russia. So this wasn't reporting, of course. They had a goal. They were trying to get Hillary elected president. The amazing thing is how they did it, where their data came from. The filing says that Jaffe and his computer scientists intercepted internet traffic, that is, emails and presumably text messages, from, quote, Trump Tower, Donald Trump's Central Park West apartment building, and the executive office of the President of the United States. In other words, Trump was right. This isn't a conspiracy theory. His claims were true. Democrats were spying on Donald Trump, not just as a candidate, but as President of the United States in the White House, as well as in his own home. So has anything like this ever happened in American history? Not that we know of. But Jeff Bezos doesn't think you should worry about it or even know that it happened. Today's Washington Post informed its brain-dead readership that while, quote, Trump is once again claiming that he was spied upon, that claim has been, quote, debunked. Oh, really? How has it been debunked? Shut up! It just has! But in fact, that claim has not been debunked. It has been verified. That claim is true. It actually happened. And the way it happened tells you everything about why it has been so extraordinarily difficult to bring democracy back to the United States. A government contractor spied on a populist presidential candidate, then passed the information to his opponent's campaign, which gave it to the FBI and the news media, which distorted it to create the illusion of treason, which was then cited by the politician who paid for the whole thing as a reason not to vote for the guy she spied on. Got it? It's a closed loop. Everyone's got a role. Here's Hillary Clinton during the presidential debates.
Putin, from everything I see, has no respect for this person.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United States.
No puppet.
And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
It's pretty clear you won't admit that the Russians have engaged in cyber attacks against the United States of America, that you encouraged espionage against our people, that you are willing to spout the Putin line, sign up for his wish list, break up NATO, do whatever he wants to do, and that you continue to get help from him because he has a very clear favorite in this race.
So if you're not all in with NATO, if you think it's a pointless boondoggle that endangers the United States, you, my friend, work for Vladimir Putin. You encouraged espionage, shrieked Hillary, at the very moment she was doing precisely that. They always denounce you for their own sins. But she said Russia has engaged in cyber attacks on the United States, and that's probably true, in point of fact. But she was speaking about a specific, quote, cyber attack. She was talking about the Russians hacking the servers at the DNC. Democrats wasted 3 years of our lives telling us that at ever-increasing volume. Here's the interesting thing. It was not true. It has never been true. Vladimir Putin did not hack the DNC. There was never any evidence that the Russians hacked the DNC. Instead, the DNC emails were very clearly stolen from within the building, most likely by a Bernie Sanders supporter who wanted to show the world how Bernie Sanders was being shafted by the very same corrupt forces in Washington that later shafted Donald Trump. That was very obvious to anyone who was paying attention at the time. What's interesting is that no one's been punished for it. Likely no one ever will be. In fact, Jake Sullivan, the guy you just saw lying about those nonpartisan computer scientists, has not been indicted for what he did. Jake Sullivan has been promoted. Jake Sullivan is now Joe Biden's national security advisor. He's still screaming about Russia, only this time it's not to bring down a Republican opponent in a presidential race. He's screaming about Russia to bring the entire country to war with a nuclear-armed power.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.